Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video. And today, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about retro figures because we haven't had retro figures in a while. Well, it hasn't been that long, but yeah, I mean, we haven't had retro figure in a few weeks. And we're back with our friends at Super7, who have done something a bit different because after releasing all kind of thing about TV series and movies, they've actually done something which I really think is quite fun. I mean, I'm a big fan. In my teenage years, I was playing that game a lot. Yes, it is based on a game, and it is Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, Super7 have done a Dungeon and Dragon line. They've started one, so for the moment there is a very special figure which is literally in a Dungeon and Dragon original box. I mean, that used to be the Dungeon and Dragon role-playing game when it was first released, and they've got 3 figures based on illustrations from Dungeon and Dragons at the time. So we do have the Efreeti. We do have the Githyanki. I mean, I don't know if you don't know Dungeon and Dragon, those illustrations and those characters won't tell you. And the Sorceress, they won't tell you much. But if you've played Dungeon and Dragon when you were a kid, I mean, that was Dungeon and Dragon in the 80s. So I'm very, very happy. So we're going to open all that and check what's in it, and we'll start by this figure. This figure was for the San Diego convention, SDCC, and it was an exclusive that they did, and I think it's such a cool idea to actually have a reproduction of the original Dungeon Dragon red box, to put the figure. And of course, if you can see what's on the illustration, and the name, the Formidable Fighter. Well, basically, it is that character that you get in the box. So it's very, very cool. And you do have something that reminds you what Dungeon Dragon was all about. Your first step on the road to adventure. This figure helps you imagine as you whirl around your sword ready. The huge red fire-breathing dragon swoops towards you with a roar. There you go. There you go. So anyway, we're going to open that because I haven't seen the figure yet. I mean, I've seen the other ones because obviously they are on blister pack, but I haven't seen that one yet, which is in a closed box. So we're going to discover that. I really, really like the idea. And I love those blisters, those cards. So, but I will be opening it anyway. I mean, you know me. You know I like to open stuff. So I only don't open stuff when they're not for me and the person whose figure it is. He said, "Yeah, it's okay. You can do an unboxing." So let's try and open this, which is proving to be as difficult to open as the original Dungeon Dragon box was. It's very, very tight fit, and inside, that's actually a very nice surprise. You do have a blister card with the main character. So once again, it is the illustration from the Dungeon Dragon game at the time, and you do have the character on its blister. I'm quite surprised because for Super7 retro figures, they are this one is actually nicely detailed. I mean, the paint job is really cool. So here you go. You've got the Formidable Fighter. As you can see, it's got this metallic chainmail armor. It's got this little fur thingy, loincloth, I suppose. Of course, because it's a ReAction figure, it's got 5 points of articulation: the neck, the arms, and the legs. So at least the loincloth is sufficiently soft that you can actually bend his legs. And it does come with 2 accessories: a beautiful shield and a very nice sword. So we're going to give him his sword. It's it's always a good test, because with Super7 from time to time you can't really put the weapons in their hands, and of course you've got a little clip on the back of the shield. That's a very old-fashioned way of doing it, but that's how they were doing it in the 70s and the 80s. And here you go, we do have the formidable fighter here, who is really very cool. I do like this line already. Then we do have the Sorceress. Once again, it's an illustration from the original toy game. You do have this little band here, Super7, which was basically where they would say that it was an adventure for Dungeon Dragon, and quite often the levels of the character. So you do have the front and you do have the regular back. So there is the regular back for the wave. They say collect all three: the Sorceress with Wand of Fire, the Efreeti with Scimitar, and the Githyanki with Great Sword. So here you go, they've got all three in the back. The three backs are exactly the same. The accessory is very much like what it is in the illustration, because I mean you can see here that she's got her Wand of Fire, and the accessory as it is in the box is really like the Wand of Fire. It's got this translucent flames, and it's really a very cool figure. I mean, so, oh, that's nice. I hadn't seen that yet, but that's a very cool feature, because it does have a vinyl cape. I mean, how retro is that? So vinyl cape, it's brown on the inside and green out the outside, and actually that's exactly what she had, green on the outside, brown on the inside. She's got her articulated what I would call a panther dress. So you can actually I'm not sure it goes all the way, does it? Oh yeah, you can actually bend it all the way. And of course she's got her arms, and the head has very limited movement, because of course she's got long hair. So we're going to put her accessory in her hand. I don't know which one is the easiest to do, probably the left arm, because so here you go. We do have the Sorceress, and she looks absolutely fantastic. I'm actually amazed at how colorful and how nicely decorated those are, because that's oh, actually that's a good idea. I'm going to put all the blisters in the box. They are very colorful. They've got huge amount of paint work, which is so unlike retro figures in general, because the colors are always limited because it's cheaper. But those are really fantastic. I'm actually quite impressed. Then we're going to get to the Githyanki. So the Githyanki, same thing, is that illustration that everybody who knows the original Dungeon and Dragon knows. Yeah. So here we go. This is the Githyanki. Same thing. It's got his head and arms and legs. Once again, this is a soft plastic, and his headdress is also in soft plastic, so you can actually turn it completely. So here you go, that's the figure. It looks really great, and he's got his beautiful great sword, which we're going to put in his hand. And I said it's always a good test, because so many accessories don't fit in Super7's figure hand. So here you go. It looks really good. I like it, and he's standing without any problem. That's also quite often an issue. And we do have the last one, which is probably last but not least, but it's absolutely fantastic, the Efreeti. I mean, it looks like it's literally stepped out of the illustration. So here you go, this is the Efreeti. It looks absolutely amazing. Once again, it's got his hand, his head, his arms and his legs are articulated. This is also a soft plastic long clothes that he wears, so you can actually wear him, and you can actually sit him. Well, he doesn't sit as well as the other, but you can actually bend the legs, is what I mean. And he does have this huge scimitar that we're going to put in his hand. One thing before I put this, I just noticed that they actually even painted his claws black, which is actually very cool. So let's see, because as the accessory is quite big, might be, nope, even he isn't a problem. So here you go, we've got those 4 figures. So 3 of them are, so the Efreeti, the Githyanki, I'm probably mispronouncing all of those, and the Sorceress are wave 1 of the dungeon train, not to hide her face. Wave 1 of the Dungeon and Dragon role-playing game, retro action figure by Super7, so ReAction. And you do have the 4th one, which is probably a bit more difficult to get, which is the Dungeon and Dragon, a formidable fighter, that is a San Diego convention exclusive, but you can find it online. I think that even Super7 still have it online for sale. They still have some stock, so you may want to hurry for that one, even though they may re-release it at some point in different, maybe with different colors. I don't know. So here you go. They are really, really very, 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 very cool. I absolutely love them, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.